Gib, who do you reckon? I know you're going to say Gib.
I mean, yeah,
but do you feel like Jake has got anything?
Jake obviously needs this. If he loses, that's it. It's over for him.
Yeah, innit?
So obviously he's got that in the back of his head, and I'm sure he's going to put everything into this fight.
Once again, YouTube boxing has made its way to the big stage. With it comes pressure, commitment, and reputations on the line. No screens, no keyboards. Stepping in that ring is only for the brave. This is going to be a war. It's going to be an absolute war.
Imagine if this is a one-round knockout.
Imagine if it's a one-round knockout. I don't know. All right, boys, this is it.
Let's put that pressure on from the first second.
Go on, Gibbo!
The style is from Gib, crouching wildly, and that...
That's a knockdown.
Yeah. Gib does look a bit nervous and excited. He needs to calm it down.
Just needs just a little bit.
He wants a shot at KSI. He only gets it if he takes care of Gib. That's another knockdown.
I think his equilibrium's gone.
Yeah.
Gib is hurt. And now he's down again. And that is it.
That's it, it's over.
All right, boys. Harry, Chippo, thoughts on that Aneson Gib loss?
Mate, he lost fair and square. Jake Paul he came out swinging.
He lost fair and
beat him.
Him getting put down in one round, like, how do you think, is this going to affect him? Like, are people going to take the piss? Like, what do you think?
He's a strong guy. He's got more heart than most people, so he'll be back. No problem.
Aneson Gib is a lovely man.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
I will never forget this man.
I'd trust Aneson Gib with my kids. I'd let him take care of them.
No, I wouldn't trust my kids.
How do you stay so calm when you're in that position?
You know what helped? I'd say me doing shows.
Yeah.
Me doing shows helped a lot.
Yeah.
I'd get like nervous doing shows,
Yeah.
and then I'd learn to calm my nerves and that allow me to perform well. And I've done loads of shows before I fought you.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
used that to help me essentially, perform on the night.
Yeah, because like literally I was locked away for 7 months. I didn't see anyone. I didn't do anything.
Right, that's it.
And then got put like in front of a crowd.
All these people perform, and then you just froze.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's why you lost. But I feel like the more times you practice that, you'll get better. Like, it is crazy, like what we did at the beginning. Like for a first amateur fight, no amateur does that.
Yeah.
No amateur is in front of that many people, in a stadium and also online watching. So, like, commiserations, but it is what it is. But
Yeah. So the respect is there.
of course,
The respect is there.
Of course, the respect.
I'm being told you got to go, but yeah,
Okay,
man.
no
Take it
worries,
easy,
man.
bruv. Have a good night.
You too.
Nice one, man.
I feel amazing. That was insane. My coach Shane always told me I hit hard in practice. He's like, you hit hard. You hit really hard.
For me, obviously, when we did our spot, I saw you were very composed.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I was thinking. Now, was that the plan for you to sort of counter on him, stay composed and stay calculated while he goes crazy?
100%. That's what we talked about in the first 2 rounds. I was gonna stay on the outside, stick and move, pick my punches and just keep moving, and which is what I did. But he wanted to stand there and exchange a little bit, and I was finding his head, so I kind of stayed in the pocket for a little bit. But yeah, the plan was stay composed, move on the outside, and just keep going.
Yeah. Now, moving forward, obviously, KSI got in the ring. Is that the next fight? How soon can we expect that?
100% is the next fight. It's gonna happen. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'm gonna talk to my team, get it done.
This year?
Yeah, it should be this year.
Do you think we could see that fight in the UK? Because we want a UK fight. The
Yeah.
UK guys, we want it.
Yeah. I think
Saudi. Mate, what do you think?
I'm trying to go home, to be honest.
Trying to go home. He's not interested. All right. This way, mate. This way. Bazinga hates it. Roll up, Jack, mate. I am Alex. Do we reckon that Jake Paul could beat KSI?
I still think JJ would win.
I'm not that confident. I
I
love JJ, but
I would have never predicted that would have gone like that. I thought Gib had something. And I'm not saying he hasn't, but Jake had that extra bit. And tonight, he's proven us. What do you think?
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, Gibbs' sort of reckless, wild nature is almost what JJ did against Logan, but it worked.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he does that against Jake, is Jake going to do the same thing? Because Jake's so composed. He picks those shots and he can do it. He just can do it. He doesn't do Weller interviews, but he does, buddy, boxing social interviews. It's all right, Ethan. Priorities, mate. He wouldn't give me one. He wouldn't give me an interview, but he gives you one. Now, in terms of you, when could we expect to see you again in the ring? I know JMX has been calling your name.
Yeah.
Obviously Antonio Brown, but I feel like it needs to be a YouTuber, mate. If the YouTube audience are going to get involved and invested into it, we need to care about your opponent. It can't an American footballer. None of us UK guys know about Antonio Brown or care. And I feel like if you're going to maximise it, be the big entertainer worldwide, I feel like it needs to be someone that we're all invested in. What do you think about that?
You're absolutely right. I think the issue is, and not to toot my own horn here, but I've been boxing for 2 years. So if you pick a YouTuber popular or not, he can't just be someone who's decided to box because he wants clout.
What's the difference? When you've done that silly spar with you, I know that was only you've said on your podcast. Now, to be fair to you, you've played it well. You have played it well. I think you put yourself down a bit too much. You're doing it for a laugh. My motto is, if you do anything for a laugh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you went SW.
I went there. I wasn't training. I was, drinking whatever, and I just went, I'm going to rough him up. I'm not here to box, I'm here to have a scrap. Right, here we bloody go. But what he did, he just went, bat, oh, yeah, get out of the way, bat, and I was just like, before I know it, I'm hurt, and then he gets me with that pathetic tummy shot that killed, but it was right on the button, where it just wins you, and I think it's his composure, and he's only going to get better at that.
Right, okay.
The more he's in this sort of situation.
Everyone just realizes how serious the sport is. That's what it makes. It makes you realize how serious the sport is. You've had a fight, and as I've always said, to get in the ring, number one, that's hard to do. Then to get in the ring as a professional, 10-ounce gloves, heavy division as well. They're not talking small guys. The commission told us 3 knockdown rule is in effect. So when he got knocked down twice, me and Leon are like, move, because we knew we only got one left. You got one left, but Gib does, he only knows I'm going to you, and he got caught again, and that was it.
You gotta fight again, bro. What the?
No, mate. Honestly, obviously, every time I get around this,
He's gotta fight, right?
I know.
Let me fight Joe.
Oh yeah, Weller versus Logan. I wanted the easy fight.
So if you don't mind, Joe, let me just ask you this, right? Because I'm coming from a point of bias, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been on the other side of JJ and stuff like that. As someone, and you've been working with Sky, you've been smashing it, right? Absolutely smashing it.
Respect.
You're not going to come from a place of bias. What's your opinion on tonight? Because I think I've seen it through rose-tinted glasses, through Aneson Gib tinted glasses. How do you see it?
Well, I came into it thinking, Gib's style was going to be too overwhelming for Jake. He's not going to be able to run. He's going to get flustered and then get finished.
Yeah.
But what I saw was Jake Paul backing up everything that he said he was going to do. Be a better boxer, stay calculated, throw good punches. The ways he knocked him down and connected were actual boxing punches, if that makes sense. It wasn't just this and that. It was actual poof, poof, and then out the way. So what do you think about the fight, Weller versus Deji?
Oh, bro, the story writes itself, I think.
Because it's the thing. Every time I do this, it's always "Hey, Weller, get in the ring. Come on, Weller, fight again, mate." But I get drawn in.
How could you not?
I know.
This is the most exciting on the planet.
I know.
You and KSI revolutionized this YouTube thing.
I know.
Y'all changed the game.
All right, so here we are backstage of Aneson Gib versus Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul has won in the first round after 2.5 minutes. And, Gib, he's done us all proud. I just hope he doesn't let this define him. I hope he realizes that we are all proud of him. We've got to show support. The internet world, the YouTube world, loves to just ruin people when they take an L or mess up and just say how bad they are. And I just think it's so wrong. I think this is a time where we need to come together and show support and show, we are proud of this guy, where he's come from, where he's gone, and how he's represented us. It's not turned out how we want, But that is life, that is boxing, that is just how things go. So, you know, respect to Gib, man. Like, honestly, I respect what you've done so much. So much pressure was, you know, involved with this, and you've smashed it. So, fair play, mate. Boys and girls, leave a like rating if you enjoyed this video, and yeah, until next time. Now, guys, I'm going to leave you on this final Sky Sports interview I did that I feel we just nailed everything in a nice chilled way. So sit back and enjoy.
Well, strange feeling here at ringside after Jake Paul dramatically knocked out Aneson Gib, seven-figure Gibber, in one round. Your immediate reaction to what feels like a very surreal atmosphere?
Honestly, mate, it's just pure deflation, really. You know, the whole of the UK YouTube scene on the balcony, you know, we're all just feeling this. We're just gutted because we know how much of a good man this guy is, Aneson Gib. He's put so much work in, and, you know, it really was such a great story. This guy's gone from opening FIFA packs to now being on this Miami stage that is just far beyond his imagination. And we really thought that he could do this, and even now, like, I do believe he is a fighter, and he can fight. It's just tonight, rushing in with that style, 10-ounce gloves, no head guard. All it takes is one, and it just, you know, your equilibrium, it goes. And that's what he found out. You know, he got clipped, and he never really recovered. And, you know, fair play to Jake Paul. Jake Paul, he was calculated, composed, picked his shots, and he did what he said he would do. So fair play.
Yeah, you have to give Jake Paul an amazing amount of credit. We all, going into this, knew that Gib would be foot on the accelerator. He wouldn't be going in reverse, he'd be going straight forward. And that pressure would either make or break Jake Paul. As it turned out, he boxed very well, and it made him. And he put his finger to his lips at the end. I just wonder if that was a message to everyone that had doubted him.
Well, 100%. I think the thing with Jake, he's always doubted. He's constantly hated on. So that whole atmosphere that was, you know, the guys were trying to generate to try and make him feel uncomfortable. Likewise with Gib putting his pressure on. Maybe it just is that Jake is so weathered to it that, you know, whether it's mentally or physically, he can adapt. And well, it's evident, whether it's, you know, what Shane Mosley's taught him and what he's been doing in camp, whatever it is, it's worked, and it's made me excited for this KSI Jake fight, because, you know, it seems like Jake has ruffled JJ. You know, he's annoyed him. He's made JJ hate him and want this fight. So I think that is going to be good. But, you know, as for tonight, it's just horrible. It's horrible to see your mate have to go through that. And I know what he must be feeling right now.
Well, if you don't mind me expanding on that, and I'm not digging you out, but it cut to a replay of a shell-shocked Gib at the wave-off, and you turned to me and you said, I know exactly how he feels. So how will he be feeling right now?
It's just that absolute thing of, you've got so much adrenaline and excitement and anticipation for months coming into this, and it all boils up into this one big moment, and well, for me it froze me. For him, it made him just do too much and go erratic, and as it's getting waved off, it's that thing of oh no,
yeah.
Oh no, all of it is, you know, my absolute worst nightmare has come true, and it's over. I'm literally reliving it right now.
I'm sorry to bring this up, man.
Honestly, it's all good, but it's true. It cuts deep, and this will last. Like, he's gonna think about this. You know, no matter how much people say, oh, you know, think how far you've come, think all this and that. He wanted to win. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about being in the spotlight. He wanted to win this boxing match, and he hasn't. So, yeah, it's going to cut deep. But I just hope he can, you know, see the positives and come back stronger.
Who starts as a favourite between Jake Paul and KSI? Based on their two professional fights, nothing of which came before. Their two professional fights. Who starts as a favourite?
I think the bookies will say Jake Paul, just because they'll look at who is more the technically sound boxer. And I think, you know, JJ's style was not completely like Gibbs, but similar in that it was come forward and throw and, you know, volume. And it seems like that plays into Jake's hands. He's very technically sound, and he can pick good shots. You know, the knockdown, I remember one replay that was just, it was a good combination. I think it was a 1-2 or something, but it was a good boxing knockdown. It
yeah.
wasn't just a scrappy one. So yeah, I think they'll go with Jake.
Just how big will that fight be? I mean, if it happens, when it happens, if it happens, when it happens. There seems to be an appetite and desire on both sides. KSI wouldn't have got in the ring if he didn't want that fight to happen. Jake Paul wouldn't have put his head into his and exchanged a few words in the post-fight interview if he didn't want that fight to happen. Bigger than KSI Logan Paul now, with a little bit of narrative. Difficult to compare, I don't know.
I mean, it is difficult. I mean, I don't know, because the hatred and the rivalry is going to be bigger between KSI and Jake than I think it was between KSI and Logan. This is going to be pure hatred, and I can only imagine the videos, the back and forward that there's going to be. This could be bigger than KSI Logan.